As I went down the stairs leading to the cellar, the smell rose in my throat like a well-used toilet ring. Something's dead. That foul combination of feces and rotting meat. The damp air rifles up the nose, through the eyes, and crawls out the hair in my ear hole. My throat tightens, and the need to vomit is overwhelming. I let go of a little coffee and the remnants of a jelly roll. As I reached the bottom of the stairs, the light reflected the remains of a partially covered adolescent female. My brain went numb. Deep fried from the night before, with lack of sleep and crow-black whiskey, I was watching I Love Lucy reruns when the phone rang at 3:22 a.m. Curiosity got the best of me, so I picked up. "The baker baked a pie," he said. I was gonna hang up when he cackled. "I stuck in my thumb and pulled out a plum. Oh, what a good boy am I." "Who is this?" I asked. He replied, "I'm the boy who lives down the lane. Jack Sprat. He could eat no fat, and his mama could eat no lean. But between the two of them, they licked the platter clean. Jackie made a mess, put too many plums in the pie." "What's this?" I asked. 116 Baker Street, you illiterate ass." And he hung up. The walls in the living room began to shrink in on me, till I was sitting in a cube so small it only held the chair in which I was sitting. Why me, I thought. I'm no longer on the force. I'm only a private dick now. What possible reason would he have to call and prank me? Maybe it's one of the guys trying to jerk my chain for claiming early retirement on a Section 8. Must be a joke. Another shot of crow will fix me up. So I downed another, and the room began to open. I could hear the TV again. I relit my cigar and noticed my fingers were turning yellow. I held them to my nose, and it smelled like burnt hair. I dipped them in some whiskey and wiped it on my shirt, but the stains remained. I stood up, and a waft of air followed my nose like too many farts had made a home in the fabric of the cushion. As I was pouring another shot, the phone rang. I froze in mid-pour. Upon the second ring, I rifled a shot down, and it nearly parted my hair. It couldn't be. Not him. Swallowing hard, I answered the phone. "Muy malo," he said. I knew that meant very bad in Spanish. "What's bad?" I asked. "You are," he said. "Get a life, loser." I started to hang up when he said, "Can you hear me?" Listening, I could hear a dog barking, and it froze me. He's close, I thought. I reached beneath the cushion and took out my .40 and jacked a shell in the chamber. His breathing became more rapid as I crept over to the window and peered out. Staring back at me through the darkness was the neighbor's mongrel dog. His red eyes glistened in the street light. A cold chill ran down my neck, and my feet began to tingle. "Where are you?" I asked, thinking he would hang up on me. "Staring at you," he said. I hid in the space of the window and fell to my knees. My head felt like it was going to explode. I knew this couldn't be real. My heart was pounding in my chest. I felt like it would leap onto the floor. Pure evil was breathing into my ear. picture?" he said. "You been chosen. Don't drop the ball this time." And the phone went silent, and so did my pulse. I felt hollow, like a deer that had been gutted. The only movement was the sweat dripping from my brow, the air silent, and the barking dog mute. I peered out the window again to spot the dog, but he was nowhere to be seen. Drop the ball. What does he mean by that? Let sleeping dogs lie, I thought. You don't wake up a sleeping dog. You don't know how he'll react. Better not wake him. Was it something I said? But what? I decided to have a cup of coffee, which brings on the inevitable trip to the throne. So I read the paper in search of the occasional job, checking up on someone's wife or trying to locate a lost child. My life is boring. What could this guy possibly want with me? I'm not a vegetarian or cruel to animals. I don't burn down the forest. I segregate my trash and pay my taxes on time, mostly. Why me? Ordinary me. A nobody. 2 years retired and not a threat to anyone except me. I turned on the scanner to see if anything interesting was going on, but just the same usual crap of people beating up on each other. I switched off and grabbed the bottle and sat down, laying my gun in my lap. If I didn't take a drink soon, I would get sleepy. Knowing how to drink is something I am good at. It's an art form and should be taken seriously. It's knowing how much you can take without going over the top. The buzz must be maintained at all cost, and keeping the formula is key. Length of time between shots is important. Gauging the right amount of food intake throughout the day is critical. Too much food and the buzz cannot reach its peak. No food at all and you might fall asleep too early. There's a pace to drinking that is so sophisticated, it's like a 30-foot putt at the Masters. It must be online and have the right amount of pace to find the sweet spot and drop in the hole. Lipping out won't do. I slam another shot and that glazed feeling comes over me. A slice of euphoric peace, and the body goes still and quiet. At that moment, nothing seems to matter. All is well in Pleasantville. And then that damn dog starts to chirp again, as if to remind me there'll be no peace this night. No falling off to sleep. No cute little dreams of high school and feeling up the prom queen in my car. The dog wants my attention. He wants to remind me how bad I am. This time I run to the window to scream at the beast, and I rip back the curtain with gun in hand, fully intent on shooting if need be. But I am stifled, undone. The dog, his face is pressed against my window pane. The red eyes stare me into submission as I roll down onto the floor. His breath against the window is the last thing I recall before passing.